So 1921 Morgan silver dollars. You have people the year right after that, the 1922 Peace silver dollars, going to have the same exact thing. So there's people try to get ahead of that game as well. So you put that in there, then add in the uncirculated condition, add in the $50 off for us, and even at $149, like I said, nationally advertised catalog is $226 Mike, if you buy the two individually.
There's only 400 and I mean 30.
And we have hundreds of people on the phone.
It is so with everybody on the phone, there's probably only a couple hundred sets left.
Yeah, if that, and that's assuming everybody's only buying one or two. What if there's people buying, I got 3 grandkids, I got a niece and a nephew, okay, I'm gonna need 5.
And I'm a coin dealer.
And I'm a coin dealer, right, yeah.
That's usually what we get for this kind of bargain. You and I both know that. Well, you know, half the quantity is now sold.
But that doesn't count, and it takes all that time for all the people to get on the phone. Yes. So that doesn't include the, what, 200, 300 people that we have on the phone.
On hsn.com as well, express automated ordering if you already have an account. You can use FlexPay on this too. So if you want to jump in and be a coin collector, by the way, Mike will tell you how you've already been one your whole life, for $33.32, this is going to be maybe the star of your entire collection or the first of a new collection. I mean, this is a big deal, and I have presented the Peace Dollar with you over the years, not at this price.
Let me give you a quick 90-second rundown on this. So the United States government first made the Morgan silver dollar in 1878, last made it in 1921. That's what this coin is. Remember, we talk about the end of the era, the legacy code, the big bookend coin. This is the last of the Morgan silver dollars, 1921. 1920, and they did make a 1921 Peace dollar, but it was like a ultra high relief. You couldn't even stack them. They're crazy coins. So the first year of the regular issue of the Peace dollar was 1922. So that you're going to have this. So you have the last year of the Morgan, the first regular year of the Peace silver dollar.
What a great
set.
That
is significant numismatically as well. Now add in the condition, the fact that these are original uncirculated coins. Keep in mind, they were made in 1921 and 1922. These are not reprints or remakes. And that's the thing, people are going, wait a minute, $50. They're solid silver. They're original uncirculated condition. Like I said, nationally advertised catalog, $113 a piece. So $226, so even at $149, great opportunity. At $99, it's just like, you know, you got to really step up for these to be able to get this coin. So fantastic, fantastic opportunity for you to be able to get these right here, particularly at their sale price of $99.95. Like I said, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these already gone. And once again, look, I could get probably 2,000 or 3,000 of these coins if I was indiscriminate, if I was $113 a coin.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know, and we were $226. I could probably get 2,000 coins. But at $99.95, my quantity is very finite. It is very limited, and we are very much near the end of that quantity as we speak right now, probably down to what we have there. There's the sold quantity over 500.
Yes, how many 500 sold?
And then we have 250, so we're 2/3 sold out.
200 on the line, so, and assuming they all buy one, I mean.
Yeah, and if everybody buys 2, it's probably pretty close to being gone. So here's the deal. You got about a 20-second, 15 seconds, folks, to make your decision, make your buying decision on this. Remember, you got the 30-day money-back guarantee, you got the you got all the HSN stuff.
30-day money-back guarantee. I'm glad you said that, because other coin places, you may not, like the company may not even be there. We are a publicly traded company. You get it home. If you don't love it, returns and exchanges within 30 days, but this one isn't gonna be around. I mean, we're just got crazy on it, but we're gonna have to move on because we've got more goodies in this hour. But coming up, we've got our showstopper, and take a look. It's a big proof set that we're gonna be presenting later on in the show. First time back since August, and we've got the entire collection. So